Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And we have a very interesting article here from Fierce Wireless. This is actually a survey that was done by Cohen. And the survey showed that 23% of postpaid subs would consider a cable MVNO. Now, and this is just me speculating, I don't know for sure, but I think that would be based up on them choosing a bundle. Bundle pricing would probably lure them away from their respective carrier because that carrier doesn't have a solution for everything that goes into the household, right? So we go back to wireless. MVNOs now offer that, or the cable companies. They now offer wireless, they offer home broadband, and they offer TV cable, right? So I think, and what I'm going to tie this video into, I think T-Mobile under John, they were onto something. John was a visionary early on. He said that the internet was going mobile and that all distribution platforms would eventually take their content to the mobile internet, right? So you could stream it wherever you like. Now, during that time, he also they understood very early that they needed the Sprint merger. Don't misunderstand that. That didn't just come about in 2018, 2019, 2017. John knew early on, he had an understanding and likely had meetings that they needed that Sprint merger when he probably first stepped foot into T-Mobile. He had an understanding that Sprint merger was necessary. And he also knew that as soon as they got that merger approved, that they would be able to launch home internet. So that was the second solution, right? Wireless, they take care of. Now they can do home internet. And then the third one was TV. And they bought, if you guys remember, they bought Layer 3 TV before they merged with Sprint. So they had an understanding that they needed some type of bundling to close, not close accounts, but to deepen relationships and keep people around longer. Because as an MVNO now, these cable companies can come in and compete. They can offer impressive, aggressive deals. And like you see here, they can take 23% share if the bundle is attractive enough. Now, of course, there's other things that might still present a negative, like customer service not being great, price increase after the second year. That's all stuff that cable needs to fix. And I think fixed wireless access will bring them to their knees, so to speak, eventually over time, right, as they cut into more share. But I think T-Mobile was onto something with T-Vision. I think under John's leadership, I don't think they would have given up on it so fast. They gave up on it like quickly. They didn't even fight. They didn't even try. They just said, okay, this is... They kind of reviewed the documents. This is what it stated. They couldn't really be disruptive. And then they just decided to go a different way. They cut it off and now they're doing YouTube TV to kind of, figure out a solution. They went with YouTube TV and then home internet customers can get that $10 off. But I think they could have tried a little harder and kind of figure out different ways, of course, legally, on how to offer T-Vision, maybe at a better cost. Maybe they offered tiers or something. They could have figured something out. But they kind of just pivoted and went in a different direction very, very, very quickly. So now, technically, they still have somewhat of a bundling, right? They have a TV solution through YouTube TV. Does that stay around long term? Remains to be seen. Does YouTube TV's pricing stay the same? Likely not. It's going to go up at some point, which they would have had to raise T-Vision's cost anyway. So why not bundle all of your customers under your same services and branding? So like I said, I think they should have kept T-Vision around a bit longer to kind of see how that's going to turn out and how that's going to go. But now the question is, do the cable companies now have an opportunity to really step in because they can give you a solution across the board? For example, Verizon They have wireless here in my market. They don't have home internet yet at scale, but they're going to get there with C-band. They don't have a TV solution. So they're also going to have to come up with some type of TV solution at scale, because if you bundle the two, for the third, you have to call someone else, right? And then they're going to ask you, let's say it's Spectrum or whoever, whatever cable company, hey, who are you with for your other services? Oh, you're with Verizon? Okay, well, let me, what are you paying right now for wireless and your home broadband? Well, I'm paying this and this and this. Okay, well, if you bring all your services to us, I can bundle you in and give you this at $140 or whatever, right? That's where I'm going with this in terms of the aggressiveness, the sales team, and they can do that. They can start snatching away business customers, well, not business, but business from the other carriers to them by doing that. Because if you don't have a solution for all three, if I have Verizon's wireless and their home broadband, I'm going to have to call someone else if I want cable. I'm going to have to either go with the streaming options, or I'm going to have to call a Comcast or a Spectrum, or, maybe a satellite provider, DirecTV, but I'm going to have to call somebody else to get cable. And that's an opportunity for that company to get you to use their services, because now, for example, cable, a big provider in my area is Spectrum. They offer wireless, home broadband, of course, and they offer cable. So that's a big opportunity for them. But I also think it was a bit of a missed opportunity for T-Mobile. They could have really driven home the point of all of their branding, including T-Vision, and they could have deepened relationships that way. Because remember, YouTube TV is, you have different billing. It's not part of your bill. So you're really just deepening the relationship with the customer based on wireless and your home broadband, with where the customer could just be like, you know what, I'm just going to go. I can just cut off YouTube TV at any time. Whereas with T-Vision, it would have all been under one bill. The customer may have been like, okay, maybe I'll stick around and see what happens, because it's all under one billing and it's all under T-Mobile, right? So I think there was a missed opportunity there, but that's really just me, my opinion. I mean, maybe behind the scenes it was far worse than what we know publicly, and maybe they really needed to get rid of T-Vision that quickly. But I think they would have stuck it out under John, and I think they would have tried some other methods or worked other deals with the TV stations to try to get that to work out. But again, that's the direction that they chose. So we'll see what happens. So for now, T-Mobile does have a solution for TV under YouTube TV, but does that stick around long term? That's the unknown at this point in time. And we just saw Netflix raise their prices. So they lost 200,000 subscribers this quarter. They're projecting 2 million next quarter. They're done. If they don't change their trajectory and produce better content, they're going to lose customers in droves. So let me know what you think about this. Let me also know if maybe AT&T had maybe the right approach with what Randall wanted to do, right? Kind of branch out, get in media, own it. You had home broadband, you had wireless, kind of build that in. I just think AT&T operated it with their old ways, and that's why it kind of failed. If they had more of a different way of operating and, not increase the pricing or inflate the pricing the second year aggressively, or maybe say, okay, this $80 is the price for life. I think if they would have competed like that, it would have been more aggressive. But again, also they took a different approach and they pivoted very, very quickly. So again, let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the channel. Follow my social media outlets for more updates and interactions. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.